Mike Sports Vibes. Thank you for vibing with the bull. What does Joel Embiid think right now? What do you think our superstar, our MVP of the regular season, number 21, Joel Embiid? What do you think he thinks? James Harden wants to leave. Tobias Harris will be traded for a crumble cookie. No, we're not trading for a crumble cookie, Tobias Harris. But what do you think Joel Embiid is thinking right now? Because he did tweet the Watcher on Twitter. So my whole thing is he watching to see what Daryl does, and then he might end up requesting a trade? I hope that doesn't happen. But time. We don't got that much time with Joel Embiid, because I have a feeling if Daryl Morey doesn't make a move, next season we're going to be talking about Joel Embiid wanting to leave out of Philadelphia. I'm just keeping it real. I hope it doesn't happen, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it doesn't happen, 76er fans. Hold on, man.
Mike Sports Vibes. Thank you for vibing with me.
Thank you for vibing with the bull. I appreciate you tuning in. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's definitely going down. I'm about to talk my talk. But Joel Embiid might request a trade if we don't get the right pieces around him. And I just got to get this off my chest before I start breaking down trades, because my article, the Sixersense.com, is giving a couple of scenarios how we can get Damian Lillard and in Philadelphia. My whole thing is, does Dame even want to be in Philly? If he doesn't want to be in Philly, it's a no-go. We're not going for Dame. I don't even want Dame. Don't get Dame if you don't want to be in Philly. If he wants to be in Philly, you better go do what you have to do to go get him. And that includes, and I don't want to trade Tyrese Maxey, but if the Blazers want Tyrese Maxey and they won't budge on it, we have to do what we have to do at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to win a championship. We haven't won since 1983. And Joel Embiid, his best chance to win a championship is with Dame, not with Tyrese. Tyrese is a young stud. He's a future star in this NBA, but we will dream for Tyrese Maxey to get on Dame's level. Dame time is unbelievable. He's a superstar. He's one of those stars that he has that killer instinct when it comes to prime time and the lights are shining bright. He's going to do what he has to do to win the game. That's the difference between him and James Harden. No disrespect to James Harden, because James Harden is a great point guard, a great player, great facilitator. But Dame has all that and then some. He can facilitate. He can score. He might not be the better passer than James Harden, but he's not a bad passer. So my whole thing is this, 76er fans. I know a lot of people are like, man, we can't get rid of Tyrese for a 31-year-old. I don't even know how old Dame is, but I know he's still balling. I know he's still a superstar in this NBA. I know he's one of the greatest point guards I have ever seen with my two eyes. We hope, like I said, we hope Tyrese Maxey gets to that level. And my whole thing to the 76er fans, do you want to win a championship, or do you want to wait and hope and pray that Tyrese Maxey is going to be on that level? We fall in love with these players, and I'm not saying Tyrese is anything like Ben, but I got to use Ben Simmons as an example. People fell in love with Ben Simmons to the point where they didn't even want to trade him for Zach LaVine. They didn't want to trade him for nobody. They didn't want to trade him unless it was for a superstar. They made it seem like Ben Simmons was all that in a bag of chips. And we all know he's not that. I'd rather, like, we know Tyrese Maxey been better than Ben Simmons. With the opportunity, I already seen it. I seen that Ben Simmons didn't have that dog in him. I seen that Ben Simmons didn't love the game like he should have loved the game. The game that made him rich. The game that made him a star. The first overall pick in the NBA draft, and he did not appreciate it like you would think he would. And the only reason why Tyrese Maxey got the shine he got right now is because Ben Simmons quit. But let me get back to the point of this video, because I could keep going on and on. I'd rather be harder to trade Tyrese than Ben Simmons, because Tyrese by far is way better than Ben Simmons. But at the same time, Tyrese Maxey isn't Dame time. You like how I did that? At the same time, Tyrese Maxey is not Dame time. Not yet. And he probably won't be. 9 times out of 10, he probably won't be. Even with the potential that he has, doesn't mean he's going to be as good, as great as Dame time. Imagine Dame time and Joel Embiid. And then just imagine what they can accomplish. You think we ain't getting out the second round? I know for a fact we getting out the second round with that squad. We're going to win a championship. But my whole thing is this, y'all. My biggest concern is Daryl Morey is overvaluing Tobias Harris. You're not going to get a superstar for Tobias Harris. I know you have to start high and then work your way lower. I understand you're not trying to just get a crumble cookie like Tobias Harris was saying, but you have to make a move. Joel Embiid is watching. That's why he tweeted The Watcher. He's waiting because I'm telling you this right now, and I'm going to say it again. I know I just said it earlier in this video. He is going to request a trade out of Philadelphia, and I don't want that to happen. What happened to Allen Iverson? The greatest, debatably, the greatest 76er of all time, right? You could put Julius Erving above him. It's a debate, but what I would say is they didn't build around Allen Iverson. They either made a trade too late when it came to that player that they traded for, like Chris Webber, for example. When Chris Webber was more in his prime and not being so injured with his knees, that was the time to make that trade. When you drafted Larry Hughes instead of, I think Paul Pierce was in that same draft, you didn't draft Paul Pierce, or you didn't draft Dirk. They could have drafted Dirk Nowitzki. You didn't waste his career, because his career is not wasted by all means. I don't mean it as like his career is wasted. But he had an opportunity, one of the greatest point guards of all time, to win a championship in a Philadelphia uniform. We haven't won a freaking championship in 40 years. I'm just kind of venting right now. We haven't won in 40 years. And I know Joel Embiid has the talent to win it. I know if we go for Dame, we have the talent to win a freaking championship. If you have to get rid of Tyrese, so be it. I don't want to, but if we have to, so be it. But let me get to the trade scenarios from the SixerSense.com fan side. Shout out to them. Well, one of the trades is Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, 2024 first round pick and 2026 first round pick. Unfortunately, I'm doing that trade. And I know people are saying, no, don't get rid of Tyrese Maxey. I understand. He's a good player. But he's not Dame. And we're on a time limit with Joel Embiid, because, and what I mean by time limit, we don't know how much longer he has. You know he's injury prone. We know, unfortunately, our center, our superstar, Joel Embiid, is injury prone, and we don't know how much longer he has. And I tell you that, I'm pretty sure he believes in that. He's thinking that too. So if we don't make the correct moves, he's going to want out of here. But let me get back to the next trade. Tell me what you think in the comments below. And by the way, man,
Mike
hit the
Sports
like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't
vibing
already. I'm talking that talk. The next trade it's a 3-team trade with the Clippers. The Clippers received James Harden, Jeremy Grant. The Trailblazers received Norman Powell, Terrence Mann, Robert Covington, Nicholas Batum, and Marcus Morris Sr., and Tyrese Maxey and Korkmaz. 2024 first round pick, Philadelphia, and 2024 second round pick, Philly, and a 2028 first round pick, Clippers, from the Clippers. That's a lot. But you got to do what you got to do. You're only really giving rid of Tyrese Maxey. You're getting rid of Tyrese Maxey. I ain't worrying about Korkmaz or the Korkmaz lovers. I don't know what to tell you. He ain't all that. You're only getting rid of one first round pick? I'm doing that trade. It sounds bad. So some of it sounds bad because you're thinking of Tyrese Maxey. But like I said, You got to do what you got to do to win a championship, man. And no, I don't want to get rid of Tyrese Maxey, but if we can get a championship out of it, I'm doing it. All right, so the next trade, final trade, because there's 3 trades that they wrote. So this trade is very interesting. I will honestly say this is a very interesting trade. It is the Trailblazers receive James Harden, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, 2024 first-round pick, 2026 first-round pick, and 2028 first-round picks. Okay, it's a lot to take in. We received Jeremy Grant and Damian and Dame time. But we keep Tyrese Maxey, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are happy about that. And I am too. I think that can get us a championship right there. We're going to have to build more, sign more, minimum deals with other players to build this team out. Damian, Jeremy Grant, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey. I like that. That is a great starting. That is great. I like those 4 players. Joel Embiid, the MVP, Dame with that killer instinct that can get you a win, can get you a dub, not scared of the moment. I like that. Jeremy Grant. The only one I'm confused, I'm concerned about is Jeremy Grant. I know he just signed a contract with the Blazers over $100 million. Is Jeremy Grant better than Tobias Harris? That is the question for me. Leave in the comments below. Let me know, is Jeremy Grant better than Tobias Harris? I ain't going to lie. I'm tired of seeing Tobias Harris. Jeremy Grant, for me, is better than Tobias Harris right now. Just my opinion. But, yo, those are the 3 trades. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I don't want to get rid of Tyrese Maxey. I want to make that clear. But if it is going to get us a championship, you have to do what you have to do. And I will apply Daryl Morey because, Daryl, you are on the clock. This is the most important trade that you would make in the 76 as the 76ers GM. This is more important than the Ben Simmons trade. So, if you don't do it, guess what? You're going to get laughed at and you're going to get fired. And I'm not calling for his job, but at the end of the day, us Philadelphia 76er fans deserve a championship. We won a championship. We got so close in 2001. That was the last time we got that close. We can't get out of the second round nowadays. I don't know what the heck is going on. With Nick Nurse, I think we have a chance. So get the job done, Daryl. Make the move, make the trade, and make the trade so we can win a championship. I'm not saying trade them for a bunch of crumble cookies. I'm saying trade them so we can get a dang championship. Because James Harden, you don't want to be in Philly, you can skedaddle. Hasta la vista, hasta luego. You can bounce. Adios. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate you vibing with me. If you're a Philadelphia 76er fan, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe if you're a Philadelphia 76er fan. The off season just started. We just getting warmed up. And I'm out.